After turning 60, everyone has heard the phrase, "The important thing is to walk every day." But what if I told you that this alone is no longer enough to maintain your strength, your muscles, and your body's vitality? Recent research shows that simply walking may not be the best strategy to preserve independence and delay physical aging. Walking is good, yes, but the mature body needs something more specific. Movements that strengthen key muscle groups, improve circulation, and keep the joints active. By the way, let me know where you're watching this video, what your exercise routine looks like, and how old you are. The big secret is simple. You don't need to spend hours at the gym, lift heavy weights, or spend a fortune on equipment. What you really need are strategic movements, short and easy exercises that activate exactly the muscles that start to weaken with age. These are 5 simple exercises that can be done at home, without rush, without impact, and in just a few weeks, they bring results that many times miles of walking can't offer. And the most interesting part, each of these movements is directly connected to essential daily functions. Getting up from a chair without help, climbing stairs without pain, carrying grocery bags, maintaining balance while walking, and even breathing better. They not only preserve physical strength, but also independence. Let's start with the first movement, which may seem almost insignificant but hides enormous power: lifting your heels and toes. Imagine that every time you rise up on your tiptoes, as if trying to make yourself taller, your calf muscles contract like natural pumps. These contractions help the blood return to your heart, relieving pressure in your legs, reducing swelling, and making walking feel lighter. Doctors call the calf muscle the second heart for exactly this reason. Now, think carefully. How many times a day do you really work your calves directly? Most people, especially after 60, spend a lot of time sitting, and their calves are almost inactive. This simple movement restores the natural function of these muscle fibers. You can start seated, lifting and lowering your heels while keeping your feet flat on the ground. Then, standing up, alternate between rising on your tiptoes and then lifting only the front part of your foot, balancing on your heels. This cycle works not only your circulation, but also improves balance and reduces the risk of falls. Ideally, start slow, 10 to 15 repetitions, twice a day. And the best part, you can do it while watching TV, reading a book, or even while waiting for the kettle to boil. It may seem like a small effort, but the cumulative effect is impressive. In a few weeks, you'll already notice more stability when walking, less of that heavy leg feeling, and more energy. This is just the beginning, because right after the legs comes another part of the body that many people neglect, but is crucial for healthy aging: the hands. After talking about the calves, which work like a second heart, we need to look at another equally important but often forgotten area: the hands. If you stop to think, almost all daily tasks rely on the strength of your hands. Opening a jar, holding a cup, carrying a bag, pushing off to get up from a chair. All of that requires grip strength, the ability of your hands and fingers to apply pressure and stay firm. And here's a detail that few people know. Scientific studies show that hand grip strength is a direct indicator of longevity. People with stronger hands tend to live longer and more independently. Sounds like an exaggeration? It's not. Grip strength is linked to overall muscle health, bone density, and even cardiovascular function. When it drops, the whole body starts showing signs of weakness. That's why training this simple strength might be one of the most powerful secrets to aging with vitality. The exercise is incredibly easy. Just take a rolled-up kitchen towel and squeeze it tightly, as if you were wringing out water. Hold the pressure for 5 seconds, then relax. Repeat this movement 10 to 15 times with each hand. It may seem small, but it activates deep muscles in the hand, forearm, and wrist. To increase the intensity, you can wet the towel. The added resistance forces your muscles to work harder, like holding an invisible weight. This variation is perfect for those who want to get stronger without needing to buy any equipment. And why is this so important after 60? Because losing strength in your hands is one of the first signs of sarcopenia, the progressive loss of muscle mass. If you keep your hands strong, you also maintain your ability to interact with the world without relying on others. Imagine still being able to cook, write, take care of your home, or enjoy hobbies like gardening or sewing without feeling weakness or pain in your hands. Now, apply that reasoning to your daily life. If even top athletes need to take care of their hand strength, imagine how much more important it is for someone over 60 who needs to preserve every bit of vitality. And here comes a powerful mental trigger: independence. Every time you squeeze that towel, you're not just training muscles. You're ensuring that you'll still be able to open your own door, hold your cane firmly, or lift a grocery bag without fear of dropping it. It's about autonomy. It's about living without needing help for every small task. This hand exercise connects directly with the next movement, which focuses on the legs again, but this time on a giant and essential muscle for maintaining your mobility: the quadriceps. It plays the leading role in actions that may seem simple, but make all the difference in daily life. Getting up from a chair without help, climbing stairs with confidence, walking on uneven ground without stumbling. When the quadriceps is weak, a person loses confidence in their legs, and along with that, loses part of their freedom. But before we move on to the next exercise, I want to leave you with a reflection. If your hands were tested right now, how much strength do you think you would have? Have you tried squeezing a towel and noticed you got tired too quickly? If so, that's a clear sign it's time to include this movement in your routine. And the best part? There's no age limit to start. Even those who have never trained before can regain strength and firmness in their hands within a few weeks of regular practice. This shows just how much the body can regenerate when it receives the right stimuli. After strengthening the hands with the towel exercise, we arrive at one of the most important muscles in the human body, the quadriceps. It is located at the front of the thighs and is made up of 4 large muscles that work together for practically all leg movements. Getting up from a chair, climbing stairs, bending down to pick something up from the floor, even taking a simple step. In all of these movements, the quadriceps is the true protagonist. And here's the danger: weak quadriceps greatly increase the risk of falls. For a young person, a fall might just be a scare, but for someone over 60, it could mean a serious hip or knee fracture, which often leads to months of recovery and even permanent loss of mobility. That's why strengthening the quadriceps is like investing in a life insurance policy for your independence. And the best part, you don't need a gym or fancy equipment. A simple seated exercise is enough to activate and strengthen this vital muscle. The movement is simple. Sit in a sturdy chair with your back straight and your feet flat on the floor. Place your hands on the seat for stability. Slowly extend one leg until it is parallel to the floor. Hold this position for 2 to 3 seconds, feeling the quadriceps contract. Lower the leg with control without letting it drop. Repeat 10 to 15 times, then switch sides. This exercise might seem easy, but when done correctly, it makes the muscle work intensely. It's like you're waking up your thighs again. In just a few weeks, the difference becomes noticeable. Standing up from a chair feels easier, walking feels safer, and even knee pain can decrease because strong quadriceps help stabilize and protect the joints. A tip for those who want to progress: use ankle weights, called caneleiras in Portuguese. They add resistance to the movement, speeding up strength gains. But even without any weight, the exercise is already extremely effective. Beyond strength, the quadriceps also plays an important aesthetic and emotional role. When someone feels their legs becoming firmer and stronger, they automatically gain more confidence. That fear of tripping or falling gives way to a sense of stability and security. It's as if the body is sending a message to the mind: you can trust me again. This simple exercise is like a key that keeps the doors of freedom open. Because, at the end of the day, aging with health is not just about living more years, but living those years being able to do what you want without depending on others. And here's a bonus. By strengthening your quadriceps, you also boost your metabolism, since large muscles like these consume more energy. This means that, in addition to gaining strength, you also help control body weight, something essential for those who want to reduce stress on the joints. But the journey doesn't stop here. After working the legs and hands, it's time to activate the upper body with an exercise that almost feels like play, but brings surprising benefits: the wall push-up, a simple variation of the classic push-up. Now that we've worked the calves, hands, and quadriceps, it's time to give some attention to the upper body. Many people believe that after 60, arm and chest exercises are no longer important. After all, it's not that common for older adults to want big arms or defined muscles. But the truth is, maintaining upper body strength is essential for simple tasks. Carrying a grocery bag, pushing a heavy door, supporting yourself to stand up, hugging someone firmly. All of this requires shoulders, chest, and arms to stay active. And here comes one of the most accessible yet powerful exercises: the wall push-up, also known as the wall press. Unlike traditional push-ups on the floor, which require more strength and may overload someone with limitations, this version is gentle, safe, and can be adapted to each person's level. The movement is simple. Stand facing a sturdy wall, about 1 arm's length away. Place your palms on the wall at chest height, with fingers pointing upward. Keep your feet shoulder-width apart, and slowly lean your body toward the wall, bending your elbows. When your face is close to the wall, push back until your arms are fully extended again. Repeat 10 to 15 times, always keeping your back straight. This exercise mainly works the chest, shoulders, and triceps, back of the arms, but its benefits go far beyond muscle strength. It helps improve posture, something that becomes increasingly important with age. Over the years, it's common for the back to curve forward, creating that hunched look. This posture not only makes you look older, but also makes breathing harder and puts extra strain on the joints. The wall push-up acts as a natural posture corrector. With each repetition, you open up your chest, strengthen the muscles that support your shoulders, and train your body to stay upright. In just a few weeks, many people report that they breathe better and feel less back and neck pain. This happens because proper posture makes it easier for air to enter the lungs and reduces unnecessary tension. Another important detail: this exercise helps prevent bone density loss in the arms and shoulders. By applying pressure against the wall, you stimulate your bones to stay strong, something crucial for avoiding osteoporosis. But perhaps the greatest benefit is psychological. When you realize you can push firmly, when you feel your arms growing stronger, something inside you changes. It's as if your body sends a clear message. You still have power, you still have strength, you're still in control. That confidence spills over into daily life, bringing more autonomy and self-esteem. And here's a practical tip for making progress. The farther you stand from the wall, the more your body inclines, and therefore the more challenging it becomes. In other words, you can start close and gradually move your feet back, safely challenging your muscles over time. Another useful variation is to use an inclined surface, like a sturdy table or kitchen counter. That way, you get even closer to a traditional push-up position, but without putting excess pressure on your shoulders or wrists. Now think with me. How many times a day do you need to push something? Whether it's opening a heavy gate, moving a chair, or even pushing your own body up from bed. If your arms and chest are strong, all of that becomes easy. If they're weak, each of those tasks becomes a struggle. The wall push-up isn't just an exercise, it's a way to ensure that your arms will remain useful tools for your independence. Plus, it's a movement you can do anywhere, in the bedroom, the living room, even during a quick break in the kitchen. We've reached the final movement in our sequence, the plank. Maybe you've seen someone doing this exercise. It looks simple, since the person just stays still, supported by their arms and feet. But don't be fooled. While everything looks still on the outside, the entire body is working in harmony on the inside. The plank is one of the most complete exercises to strengthen the core, which includes the abdomen, back, hips, and even the muscles that support the shoulders. This group acts like a natural belt that protects the spine, improves balance, and supports nearly every movement in daily life. Why is this so important after age 60? Because a weak core is directly linked to lower back pain, poor posture, lack of stability, and risk of falls. A strong core, on the other hand, is like having a solid foundation that supports your entire body. It's the difference between walking unsteadily and walking with confidence, between feeling pain when getting out of bed and rising with ease. The exercise can be done in different ways, always adapting to each person's level. Wall plank or elevated surface, ideal for beginners. Rest your arms on a sturdy table or countertop and keep your body aligned from feet to head. Traditional forearm plank, lying face down, rest your forearms on the floor and extend your legs, forming a straight line. Full plank on hands, as if you were about to do a push-up, but keeping your body still. The key is in the posture. Contract your abdomen as if you were trying to pull your belly button inward. Keep your back straight and breathe in a controlled way. You don't need to hold it for long. To start, 15 to 20 seconds is enough. Gradually, you can increase to 30 seconds or even 1 minute, always respecting your body's limits. During the plank, deep muscles are activated in a way that few other exercises can achieve. And the best part? It's impact-free on the joints. This means that even people with knee or hip issues can do it safely, as long as they maintain proper form. Another impressive benefit of the plank is improved posture. Since the exercise trains the body to stay aligned, you'll start to notice changes in daily life. Walking more upright, sitting more firmly, and even breathing better as your chest becomes more open. In addition, the plank helps develop something called isometric endurance, the ability to maintain a muscle contraction for longer. This endurance is essential for daily tasks like carrying groceries, holding heavy objects, or even walking long distances without tiring quickly. Now, I want you to imagine something. What would your life be like if, instead of feeling back pain or insecurity when moving, you had a stable, strong, and protected body? That's the power of the plank. It's not about having magazine abs, but about building a solid foundation that supports your vitality. These 5 exercises, when done regularly, can transform your body, restore energy, improve mobility, and most importantly, preserve your independence. You don't need to spend hours walking aimlessly or exhaust yourself with intense workouts. Just a few minutes a day, focused on strategic movements, can make your body feel renewed. And now comes the most important part: taking action. Because understanding the benefits means nothing if you don't put them into practice. So, I ask you, which of these exercises will you start doing today? Leave your answer in the comments, inspire others, and show that it's never too late to regain strength and vitality. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. In the upcoming videos, I'll share even more practical strategies to help you keep living with energy, confidence, and independence at any age. Your body deserves this care, and you deserve to live each day at your best. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these exercises will you start practicing today? Leave your answer here in the comments, because your experience can inspire others who are also looking for more vitality and independence. If this content made sense to you, like the video, that tells YouTube it deserves to reach more people who need this information. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell, because in future videos I'll bring new strategies, tips, and movements that can transform your body and health after 60. Remember, it's never too late to start again. A few minutes a day can completely change how you feel and live. Your future starts today, and your body will thank you for every small step on this journey.